Hello and welcome to Racing at the Highest Level, right here at the Royal Turf Club. That's an appropriate tagline for the Racing at the Royal Turf Club. I'm Mandira Lalwani, delighted to be here at Nuwara Eliya for the winning post. First up, let's talk about the history of this beautiful racecourse. Racing here started way back in 1875 when it was run by the Nuwara Eliya Gymkhana. It's come a long way since then. It's seen its ups and downs. Let's have a quick look. 6,000 feet above sea level and nestled among tea estates, Nuwara Eliya is steeped in history and beauty. This small town called Little England has several attractions. The most endearing is this racecourse. These hallowed grounds and stands saw their first ever race back in 1875 when Nuwara Eliya, like all of Sri Lanka, was a British colony. In fact, this racecourse came into existence even earlier in the 1840s when an English gentleman called John Baker created a training course for his brother's thoroughbreds at a hill near their home. The inaugural race meeting, however, was organised by the Nuwara Eliya Gymkhana Club, and these meetings carried on intermittently till 1900 when the current racecourse came into being. From there, it was passed on into the hands of the Ceylon Turf Club in Colombo as the powers that were felt that would manage the Nuwara Eliya course and the race meets better as it had greater financial clout and so the ability to offer better prizes and would be able to make improvements to the course and its buildings. Horse racing flourished and peaked in the 1950s. However, along with the ups come the downs, and Sri Lankan racing took a severe hit in 1956 when the sport was banned in the country. This mandate led to the closing down of the Colombo racecourse in Cinnamon Gardens as well as the Nuwara Eliya course. The Colombo racecourse was converted into an international rugby venue, so when horse racing returned to Sri Lanka in 1981, Nuwara Eliya became the only surviving racetrack in the country. In August 2011, the Sports Ministry took over the ownership of this racecourse from the Sri Lanka Turf Club, and after its long history of various owners and organizations, this racecourse finally came into the hands of the Royal Turf Club. Let's have a look at this story of transformation of a place that was defunct and written off to now, which is one of the most beautiful racecourses in the world.
Most things in this world, is a question of thought. If you think and if you have a vision, and then, you can go towards it. And horse racing was very successful many years ago, and then it started dying off. So I always felt that we could revive racing and bring it up to that standard if we really put a lot of effort into it.
Effort may just be the biggest understatement for the complete transformation that the Nuwara Eliya racecourse has undergone. Under the patronage of the Royal Turf Club, this racecourse has literally come back from the dead. From the stands, the steward's room, the facilities, the racetrack. Similarly, behind every successful venture is a strong team, and the one at the Royal Turf Club is most easily the envy of many.
Fortunately, we have a very good staff as well. Mr. Wayne Wood, as you know, is our CEO, who is a very experienced hand. Then Marshall has given life to this whole race course. He has brought it alive, and he has his own rules, and people are following rules, and he has brought a lot of discipline. And then we have Mr. Nikhil Punna and Dr. Balaji, who has saved many lives here and looked after the horse health. So I think we are all have a very committed team that's really going towards the vision that we have.
Rienzi Edwards has clearly handpicked his team with a lot of thought, and his passion and love for the sport is complemented ideally by the experience in the likes of Wayne Wood, Sinclair Marshall and Cyrus Madan. Former champion jockey Marshall, who was instrumental in setting up the apprentice jockey school in Bangalore, as well as training several Indian riders, is savouring every day that this new role and opportunity has brought with it.
Well, to begin with, the boys were very backward, and I had to bring them up to watch what was happening all over the world. And they are keen learners. The most important thing is we want to get a horse simulator over here, which is very important to improve their balance, to improve, changing the reins, changing the whip from left to right. And of course, the basics of race riding, which I've been teaching them. There's a lot of theory going on at the moment. Nothing practical. At the moment, it's all theory, which I'm teaching them, and they are very keen in listening. I ride along work with them every morning, so they can't tell me I try to do this and I try to do that, because, hey, I'm doing the same thing as well. So if I can do it right, so can you.
However, along with the successes and dreams come challenges, and given its recent foray into this world, the Royal Turf Club has effectively combated two most compelling ones: the ills of doping, as well as the corruption that can become a byproduct of gambling.
We have entered into an agreement with Sri Lanka Anti-Doping Association, which is a Sri Lankan government-owned arm, to test all our races. So they attend every race, and they do a random test on horses, and then they generate a report, which I believe the lab is in India, and they get us the results on that. Gambling is not a part of our business, and we are following the Dubai line, which is working quite well.
Time now for a quick break here on The Winning Post. When we return, we take a closer look at the kind of preparation that's gone into the Royal Turf Club Christmas Day. Thank you for staying with us. You are watching The Winning Post. We're here at Nuwara Eliya, which is one of the most beautiful and quaint race courses. Not to mention the city itself is absolutely delightful. Steeped in tradition, steeped in culture, which is seen here, the race course as well. A race course that is moving from the old to the new, but the juxtaposition is just something else. Have a look. Although everything here is spanking new, the charm and romance of this quaint race course is untouched and unharmed, and some practices reflect this very juxtaposition of the old and the new. Like this box, this is where the judges sit and watch each race. The catch? There is no technology to assist them when it comes to declaring the order of finish. So how do the veterans do it?
Well, it goes back to English racing. In fact, some of the older tracks still have something which is right on trackside. And you don't have a height. You've got to be very, very careful while judging. But it carries such character in its own way that it's an amazing little thing that you see here. And it just adds to the ambience and the quaintness of the Nuwara Eliya racecourse at RTC. Well, it is probably the easiest thing to give. When you're not too sure about something, then why take a chance? Just go with what it should be.
Cyrus Mardan has spent many a day with the team on ground to ensure that the Royal Turf Club has a competent and capable judge on its panel.
It's basically the start and the finish, and also there are a lot of things involved in the background of the races. The handicapping and the weights and everything. And also there are a lot of rules involved. There are separate rules of racing for the races. So all these things come in when the races conduct.
The learning curve may have been steep, but there is no dearth of enthusiasm to learn and perseverance to excel. The Royal Turf Club is pulling out all stops, but let's have a look at the festivities, the music, the fashion, the ambience over here. Fashion, music, entertainment, mascots. No stone was left unturned for the Christmas race day at the Royal Turf Club at Nuwara Eliya, where there was something for everyone. Be it the who's who of the city to the little tots for whom the lure of Father Christmas was irresistible.
It's gonna be
fashion show brought back with it the days of yore, transporting the audience to an era far long gone. Elegance and style being the mainstays, this one was spellbinding. As was the lady behind this spectacular display of fashion best suited to the world of racing.
It was a very unique combination, the fact that I was a house owner and also happened to be a textile and a fashion designer. And then people always, when they want to come for races, they want to dress up, the hat, the fascinators and dress and all that, but there's no place to really get, and they really don't know how to dress up and all that. So, and that's when the RTC, came up with the idea of, okay, why not we educate people and why not we have, something of our own, and so then that's when they approached me, and they couldn't find better candidate than me, who loves horses, and then also happen to have, the fashion and textile background.
It's no secret that horse racing is a heady sport, and everyone who comes into its fold finds it tough to let go. The sports minister of the country was no exception. He participated in the race day and then took over the floor. With me is the Honourable Sports Minister of Sri Lanka, who obviously is a man of multiple talents. He's been a model, an actor, a singer par excellence, and I think now a Sports Minister. Tell me about your journey from there to here.
Because I started my career from the university, and after that I contested for the normal council elections, and after that came in Parliament in 2004. And resigned from Parliament in 2013 and contested for the Provincial Council election for the Chief Minister post. I got the highest votes ever in Sri Lanka. So, and after that again I contested in 2015 to Parliament and I got elected, and so I'm here.
I'm not surprised. You're obviously a very dynamic man. That's the political part of it. Tell me about the fun, the modelling and the singing part of it.
Yeah, I did modelling in 1998, and after that, at that time actually when I just came into the university, I had a band called Siv Seren. So my brother and myself, we both sang at that time. And after that, I have so many songs in YouTube, you can see. So that is my the career in my modeling and singing.
It's been it's just so refreshing to see somebody who's not, frankly, sorry to say, but like a minister's image is staid, serious, work. But it's really such a pleasure to meet you and see these different facets to you. Coming back to Nuwara Eliya and the race course here, it's what Mr. Edwards has done and managed to achieve is nothing short of remarkable. Would you agree?
Yes, actually, early it was in a bad shape, I must tell you. Now, actually, after 2016, as I came in as a Minister of Sports, we had so many problems with the clubs. They have fought each other, and I settled them, asked them to have a peaceful manner and have some good races like this. And earlier, we had in April we had a season in Nuwara Eliya. We had all the races and all kind of things. But now I must tell you, I'm thanking to all these people who have done a very good job to have 6 or 7 races in every year. I think they have come a long way, so we have to think about the future because I think India is very much involved with the races. I'm trying my best to get Indians and especially Arabs to come to Nuwara Eliya and do some races here in Nuwara Eliya as well. Mandira, it is a great thing that you have come to Sri Lanka and promote Sri Lanka. to the world and especially in India. So thank you very much for giving me this opportunity.
Thank you. It's been my pleasure. And we're going to slip into a quick break here on the Winning Post. When we get back, it's to the serious business of horse racing right up here in Nuwara Eliya. Stay with us. Horse racing is predominantly considered to be a sport of men. In fact, that is possibly true of the entire industry of sport. And with me is a girl who galloped her way into this world, taking it by storm despite challenges, obstacles, lack of belief. With me here is Rupa Narpat Singh.
Thank you very much, Mandira.
Rupa, tell me about your journey till here. You know, right from the beginning when you started riding at the age of 4, the kind of opposition you faced, the kind of challenges you've had to overcome to get here today.
See, in a male-dominated profession, it's not easy for a girl to, first of all, to take such profession. And actually, I would say that the credit goes to my dad, since he wanted to see me to set a record in this field. And he's the one who trained me to become a jockey. And second thing, in a male-dominated profession, they don't prefer a lady. Especially if you see trainers, horse trainer and an owner, they prefer the best jockey to ride their horse, since they want to win. So the preference become very less for a lady jockey. So initially I faced a lot of obstacles, like I was declared only on the average horses. So I had to prove my talent only on the average horses initially. By winning on those average horses only, I started getting all good horses. And I'm lucky enough that I've joined late Dr. M.M. Ramswamy's stable. I was the jockey, and Mr. Robert Foley, who showed all his confidence in me and declared me on all good horses, and that's how I gained my confidence, and I won a lot of races from there. I feel nervous. At the same time, I'm very much excited to be raced in this new racetrack actually, and since I've raced in Ooty course also, which is not an easy course, it's a quite tricky course since we face a lot of sharp bends over there. But comparing to that course, this course is quite not very tricky, but at the same time it's not easy to ride over here.
After having made her mark on the Indian racing scene, Rupa was all set to blaze the trail in Nuwara Eliya. We're here at the Royal Turf Club in Nuwara Eliya. From the time it started, it's come a long way with top-class races over here at the Royal Turf Club. Today is no different. There were 2 races, one Class 2 and one Class 1. Let's have a closer look. There were a total of 7 races on the race card, with the feature being the RTC Christmas Gold Cup for horses in the highest class on the RTC Christmas Race Day. The Sports Ministry Challenge Cup, a Class 2 race of 1,600 metres, had 5 horses on the card. From Madhya Lagan's yard was Icelandic, with Suganthan in the saddle, and Celestial Fire had A. Vishwanath astride. SPA Raju saddled 3 horses in this race, Gazaki, who had Anil holding his reins, Sandstorm, who had Dayalan in the saddle, and Arabian Gold, who had the services of N. Rupa.
Gates open, they are racing and missing the kick by about 5 lengths in the start. There was Arabian Gold, and as they settle down to race, and it's gonna be Sandstorm shows the way in the early stages. Barbara length in front of Gazaki is in second place. Round the turn into the straight, and it's Gazaki who comes in on first. Barbara length and a half, 2 lengths in front of Icelandic is in second place. Further away there comes Arabian Gold. In the center there's Celestial Fire, but Gazaki's got a commanding lead of about 3.5 lengths in front of Arabian Gold, and it's gonna be Gazaki. Gazaki is gonna win the Sports Ministry Challenge Cup. Gazaki wins it from Celestial Fire.
Gazaki won this race from the word go by a margin of 6 lengths from Celestial Fire, who was second, and Icelandic, who finished third. The RTC Christmas Gold Cup was a Class 1 race that had 6 horses going to the start to race over 1,800 metres. SPA Raju fielded 4 horses in this race. Silver Streak had the services of Rupa in the saddle. Alcazaba had Anil on his back to guide him past the post, while Spearhead had SD Mahesh holding his reins. Meheran from Sridhar Selvaratnam's yard was ridden by Suganthan. Charlemagne from SV Madhya Lagan's yard had A. Vishwanath in the saddle.
Away they go for the feature event of the day, which is the RTC Christmas Gold Cup. And what a beautiful start this is by all the 5 runners. And as they pass the winning post for the first time and take the left-handed turn, it is N. Rupa on Silver Streak, the leader, by about a length in front of Mehran is in second place. A length and a half away, they spearhead. They go up the hill towards the 1,400-meter marker. Round the turn and into the straight, and it's Alcazaba who comes in on first, by about a length and a half in front of Mehran. A gap of a length and a half, 2 lengths away. There comes Charlemagne, then comes Silver Streak, but it's gonna be on the inside. There's Alcazaba, is about a length and a half, 2 lengths in front of Mehran, and Alcazaba is kicking on gamely, and Alcazaba is gonna run away with the RTC Christmas Gold Cup. Alcazaba winning this one from Mehran, finishes on second, and then came Charlemagne to finish on third.
The Christmas Gold Cup was won by the Deeptika Jayakodi-owned mare Alcazaba, who won impressively by 4 lengths. She improved gradually from the rear to take over the running at the top of the straight and then won in style. Mehran finished second and Charlemagne third.
I feel amazing now is to win the main race. Yeah, fabulous. So in a way that actually I was expecting Alcazaba to win this, like I said earlier. Alcazaba, of course, he has always been winning races for me, and the fact that it's the longer race, and then I sort of knew. So yeah,
it was very easy actually. The horse was responding very well, and the home straight I was very easy, and I thought I could make it. And the horse did very well, and it responded well. It wasn't much tough competition. It was very well trained by the team, very well taken care of the horses. The track was also very nice. The horse loved it, and it made it to the winning post.
And that's all we have time for in this episode of The Winning Post. Hope you enjoyed it at least half as much as I have enjoyed presenting it to you. It's been a magnificent day. Remember to follow Mohit Lalwani's tips on Twitter. Of course, if you missed anything, you can always catch it on our YouTube channel. Do like our Facebook page as well. Goodbye. This is Mandira signing off, and until I see you next time, may the horse be with you.